One question I did have is you brought up the fact that, there are so many different companies and so many different people working to create this future. You have thoughts on like how we're going to sort through all of these different visions of the future, and how are we all going to bring it together? How are we going to cooperate? I mean, this could be as hard as world peace, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I think that that's why there's a lot of organizations out there, and we reference it in the book. But I mean, I think that the push to sort of an open metaverse is what they call it, is trying to allow multiple companies to be able to work together. So it's not, yet another term, a all was it walled gardens. So that's, the term walled garden is literally that of like a company that's like, use our products, use our services, only our platform. There's probably going to be a mix of open experiences and walled gardens, and you need some of each in order to grow. But the idea is you don't want to go out in this future world where everything is augmented and say like, wait a second, I need a change I need this app now, I need that app now, I need like, wait a second, I need this other platform, I need this other pair of wearables, I need like, it all does need to, there needs to be a certain amount of standards in order to allow it to happen. And I think that that's out there. I mean, those discussions are starting to happen. I think that it is like the train is moving, like the train is happening. So you are trying to like set the standards while it's all happening. But there are, a lot of people that are doing that and working on it. In the same sense that there are people that are working on trying to set the standards from a more moral and ethical and legal
Yes.
and governmental kind of way. There's not enough of the second, but because it is moving so quickly. But I think that, that's where everybody doesn't know everything. And I think that that's, if you're open to that, or open to going like, I know as much as I know, but I'm going to bring in other experts, I'm going to ask questions, I'm going to do my research enough to get there, then I think that's the sentiment of those open metaverse groups, is we're figuring out, and it should be sort of where everybody goes. It's not consumer packaged goods, right? It's not the automotive industry specific, like it's not particular industry. This is the sort of shift in the way that we operate. And for those who were around when the internet began, who were around when sort of mobile phones were just launched, it's like, okay, so this next one is like that, like this is coming, but now we have the ability to sort of look into the future a little bit, because we've seen it happen at least within our lifetimes, and we can plan and prepare.
Yeah, it really is amazing. And you brought up some great examples, other technology in the past where it's kind of been the wild, wild west when they're first coming on the scene. I know we always talk about the acceleration of technology, but it doesn't seem that government and all those other systems that are meant to keep us whole or keep us on, the right and narrow path, they seem to always be behind.
It's hard to keep up and run the country, so right? Or like wrote about it. But I think that there's I wish that there were more and more discussions. There are, organizations that are doing really good work, but I love the World Economic Forum in particular, and sort of the work that they put out there. And it is fun to see sort of friends and colleagues of mine being able to speak on like in Washington and talk to people, but I think that usually when they get like 15 minutes to explain all the impact of all the metaverse, so that's not always necessarily enough. And I am oversimplifying.
And so I'll plug your book. If you are a policymaker out there and you're trying to get ahead of this thing, Sam's book is a must read. You'll be caught up, and maybe we can coordinate the merging tech with the policies that need to go along with it.
It's in the book. I mean, that was one of the things
Yes.
that we wanted to cover, which isn't always necessarily covered. We have, the front part of the book tends to be like, here, this is the on ramp, like get an understanding of what these technologies are, how it could apply. The middle of the book, the chapter 8, covers the over 20 industries, and the back of the book, is the majority of it is sort of, policy and impact and government and like all the potential ways that things could maybe go wrong or need to be monitored. And then we have a set of resources also, because we just wanted to be, I don't know, one-stop shop, or like like sort of a group of all of it in a place that, it isn't something that you would just, read through quickly and put down, but it would be something that you go back to. I know I go back to it. I'm actually
It's a
going to be
reference
preparing
book.
for my classes
Yeah.
this week, and I'm like, what did we say about this industry? Like, let me go and see, because it was a year's worth of intense work to put it all together.